So now we are going to install the overall cylinder head in place. So just we lifted the overall cylinder head, have a look on the bottom surfaces and check everything is in place or not, and cleaned the seating surface. So you can see the marking over the E21S, those indicates your exhaust side and suction side. So we clean the thing and you can see the exhaust side is also clean. So it is ready to install in place. Okay. So now we are going to install the cylinder head in place. So before installing cylinder head, ensure your cylinder head seating area is clean, and we have to install flame ring before installing your cylinder head. And now you can see that we are installing your flame ring, and before installing ensure your flame ring is clean, free of any kind of rust, and ensure the flame ring is seated properly in place. Next we need to install a cylinder head gasket, and now we are going to install it, and this is your cylinder head gasket. And this gasket, important thing that we need to notice that we should not apply any kind of anti-seizure when you are installing your cylinder head gaskets. You can see I didn't apply any anti-seizure. And we need to install two number of liner o-rings. These are the two area. Before installing the liner o-rings, we need to clean the o-ring groove area properly. So before installing the o-ring, just apply a coat of silica grease. So this will help you to install your o-ring properly. And also when you are installing your cylinder head, it will assist your cylinder head to pass the o-ring area easily. It don't damage your o-ring, and it will act like a lubricant, and it will allow the cylinder head to pass properly and get it seated properly. So now we apply the grease. Now we need to ensure the grease was applied properly in both the grooves, and you can see our crew is applying the grease. So now you can see we are applying a coat of silica grease inside the seating area of cylinder head. This is to ensure free passing of your cylinder head inside the liner, so that these lubricants will these grease will help and assist the cylinder head to get seated without getting stuck. So this is how we need to apply silica grease. Okay, now a cylinder head is in place. Okay, now we are applying moly coat for the stud threads. Now we are going to put the nut in place. So this is your nut. Always ensure the number is matching your bolts. So this is 32 number bolt, and you have to place a 32 number stud. So this is how you have to identify, and you should not mix up with any other threads. So 32 number, and this is also 32, so you have to match it, and you have to fix it up. So now you can see we are tightening all the four stud nuts, and now we are going to install our hydraulic jack bolts also. You can see we are installing the jack bolts, and when you are installing your nuts, ensure your nuts are properly in place. And this is your hydraulic jack bolts, we are tightening it. So we do for all the four nut equal tightening, and we will do the tightening at the same time. So now we are using this ratchet to tighten our special tool. This is your hydraulic jack. So we do it for all the four nut tightening. So you have to ensure you are tightening the hydraulic jack by hand fully. So we do it for all the four. So we are done with installing our hydraulic jack bolts. Then we are installing our couplers. So next will be our hydraulic expansion jacks. So we do it for all the four. We keep the jack for all the four bolts, and always ensure you are using the proper tool to lift this hydraulic jack, because this jack is very heavy, and if you are not using your holding tool for jack, and you may get injured with your finger. So always use the proper lifting tool for your jacks. Okay, so now we are putting back our jack in place. So all the four jacks will be in place, and then only we will start tightening the nuts. So once we install the hydraulic jacks, then we have to ensure we are tightening the hose, high pressure hose, properly in its place. And whenever you are doing this hydraulic jack installation, ensure your hydraulic hose is properly in a loop. It should not mismatch. If not, the oil flow won't be continuous. It should be in a loop, a b c d. It should go to all the four jacks, so that equal pressure will be applied on all the four jacks. So now we are tightening the hydraulic hose. Always ensure you are tightening the hose properly, because these hose will be handling very high pressure, more than 500 bars. So if it is not holded properly, it may burst out and it may give a injury. So now we are tightening the hydraulic jack nuts. So all we need to do is we have to tighten it fully, and usually when you are doing the tightening of nuts, you have to tighten the hydraulic jack bolts completely. You should not slacken it like how we do for opening our nuts. Okay, now we are done with the installing of our hydraulic jacks. All our hydraulic jack in place, nut is completely tightened, and next thing is we need to connect the high pressure hose with the hydraulic pump. So one, two, so we tighten it by spanner. Just tighten it, and ensure you are tightening your high pressure hose properly, lock it properly. All the four jack hose should be properly tightened. Ensure it is not slack. Okay, so we are doing for all the four hydraulic jacks. So once that is done, we will connect the main hydraulic hose with the hydraulic pump, and we can start increasing the pressure for tightening your nuts. Okay, so once we are done, we are tighten our hydraulic jack nuts. So ensure we tighten it fully, but by hand, not no need to hammer it. You just need to tighten it. So we have to tighten for all the four hydraulic jacks. Okay, okay, so we are done with tightening. So now we are increasing the pressure for the hydraulic jack. So we need a pressure of 600 bar, 600 to 630 bar to tighten the nuts. So always ensure your hydraulic pump is filled with oil, and ensure when you are pumping, your hand is in proper position so that your hand don't get trapped when you are operating your hydraulic pump. Okay, so you can see the pressure is increasing. Always whenever you are doing this operation, ensure that there is no leakages in the hydraulic hoses, so that the pressure won't get drop. So now we reached the pressure that we need, almost 630 bar we reached. So now all we need to do is we need to take a tommy bore, and then we have to tighten the nuts. Okay, we reached the pressure. Nice. Okay, so now it's time to tighten it. So use a tommy bore, and you have to close, that is clockwise means you are tightening, anti-clockwise means you are opening. So do the tightening for all the four nuts. So once you are done, we are done with our tightening of cylinder head. Okay, okay, so we did for all the four nuts, you can see, and we cross checked also, it is all the four nuts are tightened. So now we are going to release the pressure and released, and we are dismantling the hydraulic jack. So just loosen your jack nuts, open it, and dismantle the hose. Then we are done with our tightening and installation of cylinder head of Yanmar generator. I believe this video must have given you some information about how to install the overall cylinder head in place. Thank you all. Thanks for watching this video. Please put any of your comments or any suggestions in our comment box. Definitely, if there is any query raised, definitely I will reply your comments. In our next part, we will see about how to assemble back the accessories which we removed during the cylinder head installation. Okay, I believe you must have got some idea about this session. So the continuation will be followed in the next part. So please watch that one also. Thanks for watching the videos. Thank you guys.